We're going to discuss how to prepare for CAT in 4 months. And so it's very, very important to grab that timeline, grapple with it, and then get to work. And so can this be done in 4 months? Yes. Are we too late? Not too late. Not too late. And so you can start now and prepare for CAT 2025 really well if you throw sufficient amounts of time into it. And you've got to have a clear strategy, you've got to have a wonderful plan, extraordinarily good discipline, and a very good mindset that, hey, this is possible. What is important to keep in mind? The 3 sections in CAT, verbal ability, logical reasoning, and quant. Just remember, 2 out of these 3 sections do not have any syllabus. There is no syllabus for verbal. There is no syllabus for LRD. I'm not saying you can just turn up today and wing it and crack it, but there's no syllabus. Remember that. So out of the 3 sections, 2 of them, there's nothing to complete. It's huge. Effectively, I'm worrying about 1/3 of the paper. Then you do 7, 8 topics, you're covered for that. And so you have to rewire your brain to say, hey, I've got this, there's not tons to finish. I'll pick my battles and then dive in and have a crack. What we're trying to do here is to create a good plan to start now and execute. And so if you've started ahead of time, pretty much everything I'm going to speak still relevant for you, with a higher emphasis on revision rather than on fundamental learning. I'm assuming that you have done some part of the fundamental learning already. Right? Let's dive in. Mindset wise, you're not late, you're just in a tight point. Very, very important. Whenever you feel like, oh, I'm starting only now, guys started in January, you should tell yourself, look, this exam has 3 sections, 2 of them don't have any syllabus. 22 questions in quant. I have heard that you do 11 of them, you get 99 percentile. You do 6 of them, you get 98 percentile. 6 questions come from just arithmetic. In 40 minutes, I think I can learn enough to crack 6 questions from here. I'm in play, I have a shot. So you have to reframe this to make yourself believe, I got this. I'm not saying it is easy, but you've got to believe that it is possible. And then we'll figure out the method of doing it. Right? Consistency is very, very important. You cannot afford to have a bad week, let alone a bad month. You cannot say, oh, these 10 days went away, I didn't throw enough into it. You can't say, I'll watch this movie which is releasing next week and then start for CAT. You cannot wait to watch finals or binge watch a series, none of that. You have to have monk-like discipline and consistency and not place pressure on yourself for perfection. Embrace the gaps, roll with it, and turn up day after day after day. Right? That's the mindset you need to have. What should be the plan for 4 months? Strong fundamentals. And I'm never ever going to say that fundamentals are negotiable. I'm a firm believer in first principles. If your fundas are right, then you can build on it. If your fundas are weak, no matter how many layers you add, there is every chance that it will all come crashing down. I've seen too many students who are kind of okay in 14 topics, but can have a mock CAT where they can easily get 0 in quant, because they've not gone thoroughly, deeply in any one thing. They don't have an utter complete handle on 4 topics. That's a better strategy to go with. It's kind of precisely this point. Smart topic targeting. And I've said this over and over again. If you say level of comfort in a topic is from 1 to 10, being at a level 6 in 22 topics is not the play. Being at a level 9 in 10 topics, that is the play. I'm really good in these 10 topics. I can destroy them. If time permits, I'll add 2 more topics. And that's how your strategy should be. You shouldn't say, I'm going to kind of be okay and do a lot of shortcuts in 22 topics. You can do all of that and can get 0. And so this is an absolute crucial part, smart topic targeting. Mock stress analysis, very important. And so if you do nothing else, you should do this. And so lots of times when students start late, they're besotted with the idea of completing syllabus. Don't. Select a few targets, wing your mocks, things will fall in place. You have to have the faith that ho jayega. You got this, all is well. In time, it will fall in place, slowly. You cannot look for perfection. You cannot look for completion of syllabus. You cannot say, I'll do everything and then start my mock journey. No chance. You have to go and wing it from day 1. The learning track, practice track, and mock track should run parallelly. And you have to continuously realign your priorities. If a mock is telling you that your verbal is really good, that you got 26 marks in verbal. You kind of felt like you're comfortable in it. Then you should say, look, I'm super comfortable in verbal. I need to only read, nothing else. I'm going to increase the time spent in logical reasoning because I'm worried I won't clear the section cutoff. You have to make those adjustments. Those adjustments are going to be determined by these mocks. You take a mock, you analyze it, you tweak your strategy, come back and then have another go at it. Time is very simple. You need 400 to 500 hours. Fine. You have to find that in these 120 days. So your ballpark of 4 hours per day is there. So you cannot say that is negotiable. You can just, I'll do average of 1.5 hours per day, then you'll come back to bite you. And some number of mocks, detailed analysis, covering of syllabus, practicing of RC and LR, you have to integrate that into your day-to-day, 100%. And so the odd day you do a couple of hours, that's all right. But you can't wing this. You can't say 10 hours a week for 10 weeks and I'm ready. Doesn't work. So it's only 4 months. Some people, especially people like me, preparing for 1 hour per day for a year, doesn't work. But 4 hours per day for 120 days, that works. I can jump, go all in, max myself out, work with the momentum, ride, and then live like one super ultra disciplined life and then be done with it. And so, but these are numbers. You have to figure out ways of finding this time. If you already have some fundas in place, it will be lower. Section-wise attack plan, VARC, read to death. Jatin is very fond of saying, Jatin is our head of bubble, he's very fond of saying, look, on the day of CAT, you should read. You should read for an hour on the day of CAT. Reading should become utterly natural and you should be super comfortable with the idea of just reading and taking in content. Super important. LRDI should become the puzzle solving ninja. What do I mean by that? You need to be ready to devour any type of puzzle at the drop of a hat. Should do all kinds of previous year questions and be looking for opportunity to grab on something and then do it. Your resistance to trying a new puzzle should come down to 0. Anytime somebody throws out, I saw a DILR puzzle, it is interesting, you take a paper and pencil, I'm trying this. And to be super ready to have a go at this. Quants start from arithmetic, become the king of arithmetic, absolute emperor of arithmetic, before slowly going to algebra and then building from there. And arithmetic is the ball game, percentages, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, speed, time, distance, races, ratios, mixtures, pipe systems, work and time, averages, little bit of exponents and logarithm and progressions, maybe linear equations, even though it's technically algebra, but equation framing. You do this, you put it in the bag, you're ready to attempt 8, 9 out of 22 questions, which could translate to 93, 94 percentile. Nothing else is needed. And fantastic as a starting point. Phase 1, week 1 to 6, lay your foundation. And so fundamentals are very important. Focus on as RC's arithmetic, set solving. Don't worry about verbal ability. Don't worry too much about taking section tests and all that. But no matter what you do, 1 mock per week is mandatory. You cannot say I'll finish syllabus and then take mocks. We are trying to create a plan where you don't need to finish syllabus. Where you say, look, I don't want to finish syllabus. I don't have to worry about the idea of finishing syllabus. Right? So keep that in mind. Right? Phase 2, week 7 to 12, speed building. So take lots of practice exams, start algebra, attack the previous year questions with a vengeance and stick to your 1 mock plus review. The mocks give you the 10,000 feet view. Completion of syllabus in Quant gives you the confidence. Practice of RC and LR gives you one layer of automating your processes. So very, very important. Phase 3, the final 4 weeks. Now we have to go to beast mode. And so I like this phrasing. I should do 2 mocks per week. You need to suspend your syllabus thinking and topic thinking and thinking about parajumble and set theory and Venn diagram and completely get consumed in cat mode. Right? I have a crack at, I do a mock, I analyze, I fill gaps. Then what do? I get ready for the next mock. Right? You are on a complete and utter, devastatingly brilliant mock treadmill. Right? So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 is a brilliant way of thinking about it. This is what we have done. We have created an entire crash course. Spent a lot of time carving this out, where you can do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and you can set it your own timeline. You can finish phase 1 in 4 weeks and rush to phase 2 and have more time to do mocks. We've taken everything that is required for this preparation, put it on a platter, and that comes as our crash course. where you can say, look, I can prepare in 120 days or even fewer than that if I'm willing to max myself out. And we have a brilliant, absolutely extraordinary phase 3, where we say, look, now we enter beast mode. We do tons of mocks, analysis, revision, solving, technique, shortcuts, whole shebang. Get into utterly devastating form in the final 4 weeks. So the crash course is going to give you this framework, this structure, this way of going, kind of growing into one gigantic beast mode for the last 4 weeks. It's on a platter in our crash course. So do check it out. All the links, details available on links description to this video. Check that out. As ever, give us a call if you need any information. Final thoughts. Mocks are the absolute game changer. Do not wait to finish syllabus. And mocks is a mock, analysis, gap filling, next mock. Mock, learn, repeat. You've got to be in a mock treadmill. Non-negotiable, absolute non-negotiable. Right? Analysis is where the toppers are made. There couldn't be a truer statement than this. Don't do mocks for the sake of the count. Don't do mocks for the sake of the percentile. Do mocks for getting that one little tweak that you can do in your preparation, which comes from analyzing the mock. Fill the gaps, identify the gaps, fill the gaps, make the tweaks, do the next mock. Waiting till perfectly ready is a myth, really. Right? So we're continuously telling ourselves that we can be more ready, right? Because we're afraid of something. We're afraid of putting ourselves out there and challenging ourselves and seeing where we stand. So we say, this week I'm not perfect, next week I'll be ready, I'll take my first mock later on. Right? That's ways of kidding yourself. If you started preparing in January and you were kidding yourself in March and April, it'll still be fine. You're starting today, you have no room for these niceties. Right? So, and sometimes when you're tired, you just watch videos and like, it's a kuch performance hai, you just dekh rahe ho. Videos like this one are not CAT preparation. They don't come in that 400 hours. You set the tone and then you jump in. You learn. You don't have the luxury of slowly going from one thing to another and gallivanting and enjoying your nice, sweet, slow rhythms of learning. None of that. You have to go bang from day one. It is possible. It is intense and fun. It can be one life-changing experience, but it is not one easy rhythm. Forget that. Right? Don't ignore one section. It's super important. Sometimes you get married to the idea of finishing Quant syllabus, but you've not done enough puzzles. You do well in Quant, but LRDA has completely killed you. And so don't do this mistake. Fundas, practice, analysis, consistency. Build fundamentals, practice to get speed, do tons of mock analysis to find those tweaks, and turn up day after day. You do not have the luxury of having a bad fortnight. You don't. Start in August. I can tell you very confidently that you have enough time. It is just possible. I can also tell you that you need to throw this time very fruitfully. And there are some guys who are gifted and can just wing it. Their math is in a very good place. They have a reading habit. They've done a few puzzles. They're active. They do 10 puzzles, 3 mocks. They're ready. Some guys can technically prepare in 3 weeks. If you're in that brigade, go for 2 more months. And when I was preparing for CAT way back in 2000, I did prepare pretty intensely for CAT, but I was ready and I could do math very happily. And then I could do data interpretation. I could go berserk with numbers. And I had kind of a reading habit. I was kind of utterly ready for this exam. And I still prepared for a good 5-6 months for it. And so preparation is super useful, even if you are like, you can define yourself as a ultra comfortable candidate, still turn up and prepare for the 4 months, because you might easily crawl through the distance between 92 percentile to 98, and you can, with 3 marks and 4 marks, you can go from 98 to 99.4. But if you don't turn up, you might get capped off at 99.4 and not 99.8. I hear so many stories of people saying, "Kitna lucky hai yaar ye IIT bande, wo aake 3 hafta pada and he got 99.2." And it's portrayed as a major success story. In my head, it's utter failure. If you are prepared for 3 weeks and you turn up at 99.2, you had no business not preparing for 3 months and having a go at 99.9. 99.2 might not open doors, 99.9 will. There's no point saying, I turned up and got 99 if it doesn't open doors. Fine. So even if you're gifted, turn up and do the grind, do the drill. You're not behind, you're just in time. And so fake it till you make it, have the belief going into this preparation thing. have a good plan and commit to that plan. The discipline and relentlessness of how you conduct your next 120 days can shape everything. And so don't not throw your hat into the ring. Your chance to say, chalo yaar, try karta hu, dekh leta hu, 4 mahine hai. I can sacrifice everything barring food and sleep for 4 months. And if I can do that for 4 months, I give myself a fantastic chance of being in a dramatically different place 6 months from now. What's not to like? Jump in and have a go. Best wishes.